What's up, guys? It's Jordan. We're here for another retro toy review, and today we are checking out Streex from the Street Sharks 30th anniversary re-release from Mattel. Let's check it out. Okay, guys, like I said, today we are checking out Mattel's Street Sharks relaunch, the 30th anniversary. We have today Streex, who is part of the following 6 guys that are out. Dr. Paranoid, Big Slamu, Jab, Slash, and the Ripster. This came out originally, Street Sharks came out in 1994. It had a show that had, I think, 65 episodes, so it was one of those ones that would come on every day, and it was around for a year. I don't believe it got a season 2, or if it did have a season 2, maybe it's part of that 65, but I'm pretty sure there's only 65 episodes. Wasn't a huge show, but definitely had like a following. I think the following is really owed more to the toy line than it is to the animated series, or any of the supplemental stuff. I think they did have a brief comic book as well, but really well-designed toys, and I'm going to get into it here before we even pop it open. So on the shelf, they have the Try Me. You flip it over, it warns you, he bites. You flip it over to the back. You got the big selling feature for these figures, okay, was that they could bite. And you pull the fin back, and we go to the other side, and yeah. And the thing that was cool also with these was that they had the real feel skin. Now the real feel skin is kind of like that Jurassic Park dino skin. So these aren't a super hard figure. The arms are, but the actual body of it has this shark skin feeling plastic that's like a soft rubber, and it's cool. I mean, 42-year-old me thinks this is still pretty cool. So it's rated, these ones are rated 6+. I don't think you're buying these for kids, to be honest, just based on the price point. These retail anywhere from 35 to 50 bucks. So they are not a cheap figure. They are also not necessarily easily available. I think this is more like a collector's thing, aimed at aging nerds like myself, and it worked. So that being said, let's get into the actual figure here. So they come in the plastic cage. Now, the plastic cage is a thing you keep. It's not something that goes in the recycle bin or anything. It's part of the figure, or part of the packaging of the figure. Here we go. And I'll get one here. Just gonna get these snips off. And I've got a couple more on this side. There we go. Okay. So we're getting her off here. And he's out. All right. So you've got the figure, which I think we can just slide out of the cage to the bottom. Yep. And then you've got his replacement claws, which are with his claws out. Let's get him out of here. Okay, so you got your cage that stands up. It doesn't really... Is it supposed to open at all? I mean, kind of, maybe. I don't really know if it's supposed to open. I kind of feel like if I think kind of maybe it just goes like that. The cage feels like if I pop it open that it's... there's no hinge. They're all clipped on. You'd think one of them was going to hinge. Well, anyway, let's get him out of here. Oh, he's still got a couple pieces in him. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so we got him out. Let's get these ties out of the way here. Okay, and let's take a look. Here we go. And paint job is nice. Nothing chipped. Really nice, actually, paint job. Really nice colors. It's got the 90s, those 90s colors. They all have rollerblades. The wheels move on the rollerblades. That's cool. They could have probably sprung to put 4 wheels in on each side, but whatever. That's fine. Oh, it definitely slides down the drafting table. Excellent. And then he has his chomping effect. Doesn't take much to impress me, guys. But the quality of the figure, though, really, I mean, the price aside, I think I got this one for $35, but the price aside, it does feel like a more of a quality figure. Just in your hands, you can just feel that. It doesn't have the articulation, okay? You got limited mobility on, you know, you can turn the feet a bit and stuff like that, and we're going to be able to swap the hands out here and stuff like that. There's not a ton of articulation, but it does feel like a really a quality toy. Pretty honestly happy with it. Definitely didn't have these as a kid. I was more of a Turtles dude, and we're going to be doing some Turtle stuff here shortly. So let's see how easy these hands are to switch out. There's one, and then the other one. There we go. And let's put these claws in. Just gonna get the last bit of the packaging off here, guys. There we go. I'm gonna turn, here. I'm gonna click on. There we go. And then let's put these new ones in. I was going to say easier to put in than to take out, but nope. There we go. I heard the snap. So we'll get Streex and get his bigger claws in. There we go. All right, so there he is. The claws, and then I'll have a little video showing him with the cage. But yeah, very cool. Excited to check out another one. We've got another one coming up here shortly, which I believe is Jab. We're going to be doing that here right away today. And then that video will be up quickly as well. And then we've got a bunch of Turtle stuff down the road. We're going to be doing a bunch of Turtles, retro Turtles, and then some of the Mutant Mayhem stuff. So there we go. Street Sharks, Mattel relaunch, 30-year anniversary. Pretty cool, honestly. I hope this gets a second line. I looked up some of the 95 stuff and some of the 96 stuff because they did have a few more lines after this. And I do hope that they are able to continue this and to keep this line going. So thanks again, guys, for joining me. Like and subscribe, share, all that kind of stuff. And this has been Jawsome, and I will catch you later. Bye.